The age-old phrase, you have to spend money to make money. Do I think this is good advice or just a load of crap? 1,000% a load of crap. And here's why. Maybe grab a piece of paper and a pencil because you might want to take some notes. First, here's the thing. Most business owners don't have a clear revenue plan and they're not sure what they're aiming for. And this isn't like to judge anyone because I was there too. Like in the beginning, I just thought it'd be great to make $20,000 a month. Like that was my first goal, but I didn't put it on paper right away. So I had no idea what I was aiming for. And when you don't know what you're aiming for, it's super easy to spend money on things that you don't need or that aren't going to move your business forward, which is what I did in the beginning. It's like, oh, maybe if I try this, or someone said, try this thing, or spend some money on marketing over here, or try this, but it wasn't tied to a clear plan. So it wasn't serving me. Second, why I think that you don't have to spend money to make money is this. Networking and talking to people costs you nothing. Now you could say, well, I have to spend money to join a networking group. Okay, maybe, but there's lots of places you could network for free. There's lots of places where you could be invited as a guest for free to check out a networking group. There's places like meetups that are free. There's so many ways that you can network for free. And now online, right? You could be on Facebook and join a couple different Facebook groups and you could be networking in the next 5 minutes, right? In a new group. And so my point is that we can think that growing the business is going to cost a lot of money. But truthfully, if you're out networking and talking to people about growing your business and seeing how you can partner with them or seeing who they know that could help you grow your business, it doesn't cost you anything. One of my coaches said to me one time, Ursula, just pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and find 100 people that you can help. And I thought, that is so brilliant. And her perspective was, it costs you nothing to pick up the phone. You're just reaching out to people to see how you can help them. And some of them might say, yeah, I want to hear more about your coaching services, or maybe they just need a referral, but it costs you nothing, right? So picking up the phone and getting out there and networking is a powerful way to grow your business without it costing anything. Unfortunately, I see many business owners spending money on things that don't move their business forward. And as I mentioned, I was definitely one of those people in the beginning. There's so many things, especially now that you might be on Facebook and all of a sudden this ad pops up, or you're on Instagram and here's another ad, and I'm the same like you. Like I'm clicking on stuff and I should do this, or it's like this shiny object syndrome that just pulls us in. That there's this idea or this belief that I just need that one more thing, and that's what's going to move my business forward. In some cases, maybe that's true. Maybe there are some things that you could invest in, but I wouldn't invest in those things until I was super clear on where my business is going, how many clients I need every single month, and all the ways that I could be marketing depending on where my ideal clients might be hanging out. Also, another way, like if you're just getting started out in business and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to spend all this money to get started, which I've seen, you could consider bartering. This is a way that I grew my business in the beginning. As I tell my clients, my first $500,000 in business wasn't grown by putting money on ads. I didn't grow my business to that level by spending tons of money on marketing or other things. I was just really good at connecting with people. And in the beginning, when I was on a shoestring budget, I was doing a lot of bartering. Because I offered sales coaching and sales training, a lot of people wanted that. And so that's how I built my first website, by bartering with someone who owned a website company, helping them grow their business, and they built my website. I also bartered with printing companies. I bartered with marketing companies. You name it, I probably bartered with them in the beginning so that I could grow my business. So much so that some of my friends in the business world used to joke, and they called me the barter queen because they're like, you're so good at bartering. And I was good at it because I didn't feel like I had a choice. I didn't want my business to be in a lot of debt. I didn't want to feel stressed all the time. I just wanted to be able to grow, and I figured out a way to do it. So again, you could think about bartering. A lot of times people ask though, like, how can I barter, or how does that really work? First of all, if you're going to barter, you need, either to have the skills or some kind of trade that others really want and is in demand. It's harder to barter if you're selling a product for $20 because that's a lot of products, and maybe someone doesn't need all of those sitting around their office. So it is easier to barter if you have a service-based business. Think about your business right now if it is service-based, and who do you know around you that could use your services? And in return, you could really use their services back as well. I have friends who own businesses, and I can think of 2 friends right now, and they barter with each other and they barter with other people. And they have significant businesses. Like one for sure is 7 figures or more by now. And I know she still does a lot of bartering. And so as your business grows, there still may be opportunities to barter, but it's got to make sense and it has to be fair in the back and forth. So now that we've talked about the idea that you don't have to spend a lot of money to make money, let's talk about how to spend money wisely to grow your business. Because here's the truth. As your business grows, right, there's more money coming in. And so there's more profit, there's more opportunity to invest back in the company, which is definitely something I've done on a regular basis. And we help support our clients to do that as well. In fact, right, if you're looking at a tax year, and I'm not I'm not an accountant, I'm not a tax professional, but it's important to look at, your taxes and how much you're spending and what your write-offs are, right? And so we see a lot of people spending money at the end of the year because they're looking at a massive tax bill because they have a lot of profit left. And so there's this balancing out of how much money is coming into the business and how much is going out. And you truly want to have a nice flow to that, because when money is stagnant, like I've known people that, the money's coming in and it's just piling up and they're so afraid to spend any money that their business just stops growing. And so you also have to look at your risk tolerance of, maybe there's a number of X amount of money, like it depends on your business side, like 20,000 or 50,000 or 100,000, depending on the size of your business, that you want to have available to you at any time. So cash in the bank that's available if you need it, right? Like if there's a downturn or there's a recession or something, you might need this additional money. But outside of that, money loves a plan. Money loves for you to tell it where to go. And so you want to make sure that you know where you're going to be spending your money to grow it. Some places that I can think of that are powerful in terms of growing your business, of course, are marketing. When you spend money on high quality marketing, that's going to bring you obviously, that's going to bring more leads and business to you. Spending money on sales training, not just because I used to do that all the time, but because most people don't know how to sell. And so if you can spend money on sales training for yourself or for your sales professionals, they're just going to get better. So that's going to have a great impact, a great return on your investment. Plus, you might want to spend money on consultants who are experts in certain areas of your business that you're not an expert in. And also, you might want to think about hiring a coach. Of course, I'm biased, right? Like I am a coach, but here's the thing. I always have a coach. Now I have 2 or 3 coaches in different areas of my business or in my life. Because what I know is having a coach is it's like a hack, right? Because a coach knows or has experience of how to get from here to here. And if they can shorten the time for me to get from here to here as well, because they know how to do it, then I'm going to invest in that and get a great return on that investment. The other thing that's really important is when you do make an investment in something that's going to help you grow your business, I want to encourage you to expect at least a 10 times return on that investment. And some people think, wow, that might sound really high. But here's the thing. When you have no expectation of a return on your investment, guess what? You probably won't get one. But when you expect a 10 times return on your investment, it really changes how you see that investment and the expectation that you hope to come back. And that will also encourage you to work closely with this consultant or this vendor or whoever is providing these services for you, right? You'll work much more closely with them on ensuring that your company gets a good result. So again, do you have to spend money to make money? Not in the beginning. I don't think you do. You don't have to spend money to make money. And that's where we started today. And we ended by talking about how to spend your money in a way that gets you return on your investment. Remember, you want to have a clear revenue goal to know what you're aiming for, whether you're not spending money or you are. Plus, networking and talking to people is free, costs you nothing. And don't be a business owner that just spends money on things that you think might move the business forward. Be a business owner who, when you spend money, you know it's going to move you forward. And maybe you could grow up to be a barter queen as well. If that's something that you really feel compelled to do, bartering can be a great way to grow your business. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And if you enjoyed this video, stay with me, because next up, I'm going to talk about the idea that you are just one funnel away and you're not going to want to miss it. And remember, your next 2X is waiting for you too.